Hello everyone, I'm here to tell you about Just Mem It, how it's working, why it's useful, and what the idea. Here is our plan. It was inspired by such term as forgetting curve. Here is it. The idea of that term is to visualize how our memory works in terms of how much information we still remember. For example, we read something and then how much we'll still know since 1 day, since 2 days, since 5 days. And there are different techniques. Also, there are different types of memories. Hermann Ebbinghaus was introduced this forgetting curve. He looks like this. And memory. There are different types of memory. Memory is very important, as we know, because memory can be. There are different types of memory, such as working memory, short-term, long-term, visual memory, audio memory, implicit, explicit, autobiographical, individual, collective, different types. So if you want, but we have more practical idea. We want to remember something, for example, passport ID, bank ID. I just speaking about it in terms of our Just Mem It tool. Here is our tool, Just Mem It. Okay. Let's go back to Hermann Ebbinghaus and forgetting curve. And if you switch to this version to Russian and then translate, you will see that translate, yes, right. It's memory. Here is it. There are different techniques how to remember information. For example, you can read information, then recall it immediately after reading, since 20 minutes, since 8 hours, 24 hours, 1 day. If you want to remember it for a very long time, you can use another scale. Also, you can use Sullivan-Thompson scale. For example, it's going as 5 seconds, then since 25, then since 2 minutes, 10 minutes, so on. There are a lot of different scales. Just Mem It was inspired by this article. Forgetting curve. Here is it. Okay, let's run our Just Mem It. We see 2 tabs: add something to mem and a list tab. And some buttons, control buttons, and progress. Okay, for example, we want to learn passport ID. I want to use Sullivan-Thompson scale. So passports, it is number, then issue date, and place. For example, enter hint. For example, 4455 555 666. Issue date, for example, and place, let it be Cryptonomicon city. Now it is it. Here is it. You can play it, pause, and restart, and progress. Okay, let's play it. So now it's in working state. Play means that we are going to remember it. We see this recalling reminder, and now we need to remember it, to recall our information. We can use our memory. We can do everything inside our head. Also, we can use Notepad, for example, to write do 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 tune 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 5 5, and the last one, crypto. Show hint. I see that I make mistakes. 44555. And Cryptonomicon. Like this. Yes, now I see that it's correct. I can push skip button or OK button. Skip means that we'll pause it. Now you see it is red. That means red color means it is paused. Want to play it again? Okay. We see it is green, and this progress bar is going, and when it will finish, we will see the reminder window again. And it is local progress and it is global progress. So we achieve 1 of 21 reminders. Okay. I will do it in my mind. 4455 555 6666 0505 2017 and Cryptonomicon city. Right. Okay. If we want to edit, for example, we want to Cryptonomicon town, we can save it. Okay. Also, progress, and we can restart our mem. It is restarting button is here. Do you really want to restart this skill, right? Yes. We see the global progress is 0, so we start it from the beginning. Okay. What type of skills and mems we can add? Anything. For example, bank card number. Let's use it. Number, date. Let's keep it, and CVV. date for NCV 1, 2, 3. I will do it in my head. Okay. Another one example. For example, we going to memorize to visualize how we waking up, how we wake up during the morning. Visualize wake up. At 10 o'clock. Let it be at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock. Fill the place. See the details. Feel the body. Feel my body. Yes. So it is visualization technique. Okay. Or every day, for example. Every day. Save. So we'll see reminder on the skill every day. Focus. Let's go to focus. Focus on energy. There is a book about focusing techniques, and it is very useful. I see that it is very useful to focus on things that you want to feel, and for example, it's energy. Feel my energy, for example. Okay. And the hint, how can I use it just now? Okay. Okay. Or another example. For example, I learn new language, Chinese, and every day I want to learn complex phrase. For example, I want hello. What are you doing at the evening? At evening. So I want to learn this phrase.
你好，你晚上在做什么？
Thompson. Hint. And this one. Help. Very interesting. Okay. The last one example. No, for example, I'm recovering practice. Recovering vision recovering practice. Vision. And I need to do some eye movements. Up, down, left, right, right rectangle, ellipse, using my, and right. And yes, blinking exercises. Blinking. And I want to do it every 4 hours, for example. Hep hep, run. Very useful. I want to recover my vision since 2 weeks. It's my plan. Okay, and some ideas about scales. What, for example, when we choose on this step, yes or this, rational Ebbinghaus or rational Long, Sullivan Thompson, what is it? If you go to memeory, we will see files. There are important progress is important, scales is important. All it is test first file. If, for example, in progress, we will see our progress when you save and when you see the reminder window and you call OK. It will save. It will update this file. And scales, for example, this one. Here is it, scales. And you see the values. There are 2 types of scales, generative and default. In default scales you see only time intervals. Rational Ebbinghaus, for example, it is seconds. All time intervals is in seconds. If we go to, let's go mind, Just Mem It tool, time calculator. So rational Ebbinghaus scale means one recall immediately, then since 20 minutes, then since 4 hours, 8 hours, and then since 1 day. You will see the wiki page. It is the first one, psychologist advice. Immediately after reading, since 20 minutes, 1 hour, 24 hours. If you want to remember for a very long time, here is it. Immediately 20 minutes, 1 day, 2 days, 2 months. Immediately 20 minutes, 1 day, 2 days. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks. It's about how much is it? Let's brute force it. Here is it. 1 day, 2 week, 2 months, right? Okay. Let's correct it. So if you want to add our own scale, we can just copy then write this title, my special scale fast, and for example it will double sometime intervals. Do you want to quite right? Now let's run. Okay. Okay, for example, I want to learn password for Amazon. Just remind it. And hint complex amazing pass, and using our right, and you see that now we make a step in our global progress, and maximum it is 8 times. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 4 plus 4 equal to 8. So it works like this. Or Sullivan-Thompson, for example, it is another generative scale, and how it works: the first value is 5 seconds, not immediately, since 5 seconds after you add. This next value, it is multiply this value by 5 or by 6. So this 5, 25, then multiplies by 6, and so on. That's all. It is a very simple tool. I already memorized my passport ID, my bank card, some documents. Now start doing exercises. For example, for vision recovering with eyes. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of features that can be added to this tool, but in such state it works fine. I wish you good luck, and wish you good memory and good practice. Thank you a lot.